Imagine this, you're holding one green piece of paper, a single dollar. With it, you can buy lunch in one country, but in another country, that same dollar can pay for a full meal for a family. Same paper, same ink, wildly different power. That's not an accident. And it's not because the dollar's magical. It's because money is not really about paper. It's about promises. And some promises scare the world less than others. Right now, this matters more than ever. Because every time inflation hits, every time a currency crashes, every time prices jump overnight, people ask the same question. Why does $1 feel stronger than everything else? Let's slow this down. No jargon, no charts, just the real mechanics. Think of the world like a massive neighborhood. Every country runs a small shop. That shop prints its own coupons. Those coupons are the country's currency. You can use those coupons inside the shop easily. Everyone there accepts them. But outside the shop, that's where the problem starts. If you walk into another shop with your coupons, the owner asks one thing: can I trust this? That's it. That single question decides currency value. The US dollar answers that question better than almost anyone else. Not because the US is perfect, not because it never messes up, but because of history, power, and something uncomfortable most people don't like to admit. Let's go back a bit. After World War II, the world was broken. Factories destroyed, trade frozen, trust gone. The US was one of the few countries standing strong, so the world made a deal. We'll use the dollar as the middleman. Countries priced oil in dollars. Big trades happened in dollars. Global debts were written in dollars. Slowly, the dollar stopped being just America's money. It became the world's emergency currency, like that one friend everyone trusts to hold cash. Now here's where it gets interesting. When a country needs to buy oil, food, medicine, or technology, they often need dollars first, not their own currency. Dollars. That creates demand. And demand is power. Imagine 10 kids want the same toy. Only one kid has it. That toy becomes valuable fast. The dollar is that toy. But demand alone isn't enough. Plenty of things are wanted and still collapse. So why doesn't the dollar fall apart? Because of something boring but deadly serious. Debt. The US is deep in debt. Trillions. Sounds bad, right? Here's the twist. The US borrows in its own currency. If something goes wrong, it can always print more dollars to pay back debts. That sounds reckless. And it can be. But it also means default is unlikely. Now compare that to many other countries. They borrow in dollars, not their own money. So if their currency weakens, their debt becomes heavier overnight. Like owing rent that keeps increasing while your salary stays the same. That's how currencies die quietly. Another piece of the puzzle is trust during chaos. When things go wrong globally, people don't run toward exciting assets. They run toward boring ones. During wars, crashes, pandemics, money floods into the dollar. Not because it's perfect, because it's familiar. It's like choosing a worn-out chair over a fancy one during an earthquake. You don't want style, you want stability. Now let's talk about the part nobody likes. Power. The dollar is backed by the largest economy, a massive military, global influence, trade routes, sanctions, all connected. This doesn't mean other currencies are useless. It means the dollar sits at the center of the system, and systems reward the center. But here's the irony. The same strength that makes the dollar powerful creates problems. When the dollar rises, other currencies fall. Imported goods become expensive. Debts explode. Countries suffer not because they failed, but because the system moved. That's the uncomfortable math. Currency value is relative. If one goes up, another usually goes down. It's not about who's good. It's about who's trusted more at that moment. And trust is emotional. It reacts to fear faster than logic. That's why headlines can move currencies. That's why rumors matter. That's why markets feel irrational. Now zoom out. Is the dollar unbeatable? No. Systems don't last forever. Every reserve currency eventually fades. The British pound once ruled the world. Before that, others did too. The dollar's strength comes from belief, and belief can change, but not overnight, not easily, and not without consequences. So when you hear that $1 is worth more than many other currencies, Understand this. It's not about paper. It's not about exchange counters. It's not even about America alone. It's about trust stacked on history, debt, fear, and power, a fragile balance. And the real question isn't why the dollar is strong today. It's this. What happens to the world when the system everyone trusts the most starts to feel uncertain?